Charlie, and I'm coming to you today with your daily dose of business inspiration. Topic number 222, mastering cash flow flexibility. Okay, no, we're going to talk about cash flow flexibility. I don't know if we're going to master it in this one today. I am going to preface this with I am not a financial advisor. I am a business owner. I've been a business owner for many, many years, and I know just how important cash flow is. It's not even important just to your business. It's important to your household management as well. I mean, cash flowing is what keeps us alive. So I want to have a chat about some of the things we can do to become flexible in cash flow management and why it's important, and some things that you might want to try and see how they go. I would absolutely love to have discussions around this. I'd love to know what other people do, how other people manage it. And, if I say something here that you disagree with, as long as it's respectful, come back and tell me and we can have a conversation about it. Either comment on the video here or wherever you're listening to this, or come to my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com, and join the conversation there. Okay, so let's talk about what cash flow is. Cash flow is the lifeblood that keeps our business running. It allows us to pay our bills. It's not just having the money in the bank. It's about allowing us to pay our bills. It lets us navigate the ups and downs of business with confidence and agility. Flexibility in managing cash flow means being able to adjust quickly to financial changes, ensuring that your business remains solvent, very important, and capable of seizing new opportunities. I am actually going to start this with a little bit of a story, a personal anecdote about when I ran our commercial DVD stores. I've spoken about this before. I was running 4 stores concurrently at one point. Not something I would recommend people do. I owned 3 of those stores, and we managed the fourth one for the franchisee. No, the franchisee. And cash flow was king for us. We turned over a lot of money, and the way we survived was we would always have just enough money in the bank to pay the bills and keep it running. The one thing that I had noted, and we were trying to change, it was really difficult to change, is we were running on a gross profit that was too small. So we could never quite get ahead far enough. So if you are running on small gross profit is the profit that you make once you've bought everything and you've paid all your bills. The gross profit is what's left afterwards. The gross profit is what you take home, and out of that normally comes your tax and your tax is the big one. And our gross profit was too small. We just couldn't get a big enough buffer. Our expenses were always larger than what we had coming in as gross profit. We were making money, but it wasn't a heap. So it's really, really important that you make sure that you've got enough gross profit coming in so that your cash flow means something. If your gross profit isn't enough, you really need to manage that cash flow down to this end. You have to be spot on with it. All right, sorry, that was a bit of a rant, but it's something that I learned, and I learned that one the hard way. It's really crucial to learn how to master your cash flow and how to be flexible in your cash flow management. You can weather unpredictability. Markets fluctuate, customers can delay payments, unexpected expenses can pop up. Flexibility in your cash flow strategy ensures that you're not caught off guard by these financial surprises, or if you are caught off guard, you can adapt to them very quickly and address them very quickly. It can allow you to seize opportunities when they present themselves. I have often said that one of my mantras, one of my affirmations is I am open to the opportunities that present themselves to me. No good being open to them if I cannot afford to act on them. So having cash flow, having cash available funds available that I can put into a new opportunity or take advantage of something is also very important. And it will reduce your stress. Financial stress can be overwhelming, especially for small business owners. By being flexible with your cash flow, you hopefully will reduce that constant pressure of having to make ends meet, allowing you to focus more on growth and innovation. So let's have a look at some of the strategies that have come up here, and see what works, what doesn't, what might. And I've got like a list of strategies here. Some of these I actually, yeah, I agree with them. Some of them I'm going to say maybe not. Let's just see how we go. Maintain a cash buffer. This is the simplest technique, and yet it is one of the most hardest techniques, because having cash in the bank feels inefficient sometimes, because you've got cash sitting there that isn't working for you. And if you've listened to any number of financial advisors, your money should always be working for you. Well, yeah, sometimes it's working for you by just sitting in the bank doing nothing so that it's there. Now, I'm not saying you need to have tens of thousands of dollars. Well, maybe you do, but not necessarily. If you're a small business, couple of $1,000, maybe $10,000 sitting. Oh God, I'd love a $10,000 cash buffer sitting in a bank account just in case something goes wrong. Wouldn't that be lovely? Now, is it possible? The recommendation here is cash reserves that can cover 3 to 6 months of operating expenses. That's not a bad idea. Maybe. You've got to really think on that one. You've got to really know what operating expenses you need to cover and have that cash flow there, or have that cash sitting there. The buffer acts as a financial cushion during slow periods or in case of unexpected costs, giving you breathing room to manage through challenging times without resorting to debt or drastic cost-cutting measures. Now, yeah, I think you should be managing your costs as well, like really, really be on them. The example I'm going to give you there is back in 2006. Is that right? Towards the end of 2006. Yeah, it was 2006. Nope, 2007. Sorry. The years have all sort of messed together. While I was running those DVD businesses, we saw the economy downturn. We were being told at the beginning of the year, so coming out of Christmas, we made all of our money at Christmas. I'm not joking. We would pretty much make the whole year's budget at Christmas, and the rest of the year we survived. It was tough going. When we came out of Christmas, you come into January and February, and we knew that until about April, it was going to be slow. And we managed our expenses and we managed our purchases, and we were very, very careful about what we did. But we knew it was going to be slow because people were paying off their Christmas debt. They were getting over the Christmas hangovers, of money hangovers, not alcohol hangovers. And that first quarter, it was always a slow period for us. We knew that. We had strategies in place for that. By about April, the government was predicting rather publicly that fuel would reach $2 a litre by Christmas. Now, this is in a day when fuel was around $1.40, $1.50 a litre. I'm sorry to my American friends, I really can't do that math on the fly. I can tell you that around $2 a litre is around $5 a gallon US, I think, give or take. But there's your rough conversion on it. So we had fuel of about $1.40, $1.50 a litre, and they were telling us, oh no, fuel is going to be $2 a litre before Christmas. By Christmas, it'll be $2 a litre. And we saw spending stop. Discretional spending stopped. People stopped driving their cars. They were putting money away in the bank. Listen to my voice shake on that one. They were putting money away in the bank, because if fuel was going to go up to $2 a litre at Christmas, that meant the economy was going to downturn. And we've been through that a couple of times, and no one wanted to do that again. No one wanted to be caught short without having enough cash reserves. So discretional spending stopped. What that did to us is, where we should have seen an increase in our sales. We saw a massive decrease. We didn't get, we had to pay our rent, we had to pay our staff, we had to, the sales were coming through for the DVDs, and we were being told, no, you must make a minimum purchase. You can't not make minimum purchases. So we were having to buy in stock that wasn't moving. Now I did everything. I did everything at that point. We cut our costs. We went down to base staffing. It was me and one other in my store, and my ex and another in the other store, like 2 people on at any one time. I wouldn't, and in fact, no, there was times I was going to say I would never have one person in a store. No, often it was just me on until about 10 or 11 in the morning. Then I'd bring someone in, we'd cover the middle of the day, and then they'd go and I'd close up the store on my own. It was not nice. We ended up walking out of those stores in July 2007. We just didn't have the money coming in. We couldn't afford to continue running the businesses. Now, if we'd had a better cash buffer, and there were reasons why we didn't have a better cash buffer by that point, we were 4 years into running the business, so we'd kind of blown through it. If we'd had a cash buffer, we might have weathered it through till the December, when things eased up and the government stopped being silly. And it was just that the government was being silly. But anyway, maintain a cash buffer. That's one reason why you would want to have a cash buffer. Flexible payment terms is the other one. Make sure that you've got flexible payment terms with both customers and suppliers. With your customers, offer incentives for early payments or set up installment plans to make it easier for them to pay on time. I want to cover that one there. Offer incentives for early payments. So people say, I'll offer a discount if they pay on time, if they pay early. No, don't offer a discount. Don't discount anything. Tell them that if they pay now, it's $10, and after this date, it will be $12. You're not offering them a discount. You're offering them an early payment fee. The fee will differ if you pay early. So those sorts of incentives for early payment. Installment plans are also good, especially if you've got big numbers. I do website design and development in the other side of the business, and I always have installment plans for those. I have a certain amount up front to get us started, and then I have a certain amount at a particular milestone and a certain amount at another particular milestone, so that I've got money coming through. I can continue to pay my staff. I continue to put food on my table, but the client isn't paying everything up front, so they don't feel like I'm trying to scam them, if that makes sense. With your suppliers, negotiate extended payment terms to manage outgoing cash flow more effectively. So if you have a supplier, you might want to see if you can get a 60-day on a 60-day terms rather than 30-day terms. That gives you 60 days to pay a bill. It doesn't change the fact that you've still got that amount going out, but it gives you a longer period over which you can manage your cash flow to get to that, to pay that bill. It will improve your cash inflow while giving you more time to manage your outflow. So that's pretty important. Understand that. The other thing they're saying here is diversify revenue streams. Well, that's okay if you can do that, if your business is set up to do that. Not everyone can diversify or can diversify easily. I certainly think you should be diversifying where you can. Create multiple avenues for cash flow, which can stabilize your financial situation. So if you are in a gig type job where you are trading your dollars for hours, and honestly, most of us do, in one way or another, we do, maybe consider setting up, if you're a VA or if you are a coach, maybe consider setting up a small course that you pre-record, you put up, and people pay a few dollars or a couple of $100, whatever, to go through that course, so that you've got that cash flow coming in. Maybe you're writing a book, maybe I don't know. I can't think off the top of my head, but there's ways of diversifying what you do. Finding alternative sales channels is also another way to diversify your revenue stream. Maybe you have been using Amazon to promote your products. Maybe you find a new online platform that you can promote your products with. Maybe you go down to the local stores and see who will take your products on consignment. That's another way of diversifying your revenue stream. So it's really good. It's really good to do, and it's something you should all be thinking about, because if one part of the industry turns down, another part will likely turn up. So you can modify it through there. I didn't have that luxury in my retail DVD stores. I tried a few things. The franchise agreement was pretty tight, so we didn't really have that luxury, which was really sad. The other one is utilize flexible financing options. Yeah, I am not big on, sorry, my hair's getting in the way. I am not big on flexible financing or financing in general. I don't like taking credit to run a business. I would prefer to have the cash available to do what I want to do. And if I don't have the cash available, then I wait and I set my priorities as to what's there. But if you are into financing things and you need to finance things, make sure you are getting the best possible terms you can. Lines of credit, invoice factoring, short-term loans, they're all ways that you can manage finance and take credit. I most certainly wouldn't recommend that you use your credit card. That's a terrible idea, honestly. Dreadful idea. Unless, of course, you're going to put it on your credit card, not get hit with interest, and pay it off straight away. That's when it's a good time, because that's someone else's money for a little bit anyway. But yeah, if you're going to use finance options, make sure you're getting the best terms, and make sure you understand exactly what you're up for when you're doing it. So if a large client delays payment, for example, rather than struggling to cover your expenses, you could use invoice factoring to get immediate cash based on the unpaid invoice. This keeps your cash flow steady and ensures you meet your financial obligations. Maybe. The last one I'm going to put here that wasn't included in all of the notes that I have, but has come to me, is make sure you're looking at your outstanding invoices and getting paid for those. If you have got aged debt on your book, or debt that is going to age on your books, that's dead money. You as the business owner need to be chasing that and need to be chasing payment. I had a really interesting discussion with one of my clients who was upset because they had a little bit of money. It wasn't a lot, but a little bit of money was owing from a couple of their clients. And they're like, I really hate chasing them for money. It feels really bad. And I'm like, but you do that for me. So they did give me some services. I give you my list of aged debtors and you go and ring them and get me my money. And they're like, yeah, I'm good at doing it with other people. I just don't like doing it for myself. Okay, fine. So what I suggested to them was find the tools within the systems that you have that will automate some of those processes. I use Xero, and what happens is I have set it up so that on 7 days, my bills are due on 7 days. So if the bill's not paid by 7 days, on day 9, I think it is, a little email goes out. Hi, just reminding you this payment was due for payment. Really appreciate it if you could get that paid. Then on day 14, another one goes out. And then on day 31, a very politely, professionally worded email goes out saying, I'm really sorry. Is there a problem? Have I missed something? This is now due. We try to provide you with a really high level of service. We hope we've done that. And if there's a problem, please let us know. But this bill really is due to be paid and you need to be paying it. So it's really prompting them. I find that rarely people get past 14 days. And if they do, it's normally because they've forgotten the bill is sitting there in the inbox to pay. And that reminder actually prompts them to pay it. And occasionally, well, and even when that does happen, I normally get a note back saying, hey, Charlie, sorry, it just got lost in the mail. We're paying it now. And I'll believe that because I know what happens. I get invoices in my inbox. I'm like, I've got to do something with that. Okay, but so that's the last part of being flexible in your cash flow management, is make sure you're managing your aged debt and don't let your debt age. Big one for me. Why is it all important? And blah, blah, blah. Charlie, why are we talking about cash flow flexibility? It's about being prepared for anything, good or bad. As I said with the example of my DVD store, I had no options. I had no cash flow left. I had no cash reserves left. I had no more finance that I could bring in. I had done it all, and the market turned. The market turned down, and I had to walk away. By managing your cash flow with flexibility in mind, you're not only safeguarding your business against downturns, you're positioning yourself to take advantage of growth opportunities. That's one of the things that I am a little sad about sometimes is an opportunity comes along, I don't have the cash for it, I'll just have to wait. That's okay. That's a decision I've made. But yes, I miss opportunities, or I can't get into opportunities as quickly as I would like. The approach also reduces the stress of day-to-day financial management and frees you up to focus on the bigger picture. Being a successful, sustainable business, really important. It's not just a smart financial move, it's essential to your long-term success. So, what are you guys doing to manage your cash flow? What are you doing to be flexible with your cash flow? Are you even managing your cash flow, or do you just hope and pray that things are going to work out for you? Because if you're not, if that's what you're doing, please do better than that. Please put something in place to manage it, even if it is just looking at what bills you have coming in, what payments are you due, and chasing those payments so that you get the cash in the bank. Thanks, guys. I hope that one was good for you. Like I said, I am not a financial advisor. I am just a business person who's got lots of experience with not having cash flow as much as having cash flow. And I hope I've been able to give you some ideas there that how you can manage your business better. What else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. Have a conversation with me. Do you disagree? Do you have other suggestions? Do you have other ways of managing it? Let me know in the comments, or come across to Locals, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. Join the conversation there. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I put up the next piece of content. 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every day of the week. If you ring that notification bell, you'll get a notice on your phone or your iPad or your tablet or wherever it is you have your notifications come in, and what you can just hit play and listen to me rabbit on while you're doing the dishes or driving to work or doing the kid run or whatever it is you're doing. Thanks so much. I will see you tomorrow. I just had to think about what I was doing tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the art of gratitude, or gratitude again. Yep, we're coming back to some of my favorite topics. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.